This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heart Matters. We're converging to learn together because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.
What's up, great people, and a very warm welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show. My name is Lily, and just reminding you to get a copy of Healing Your Inner Self to Commence Your Best Life by Benjamin Zulu. It's an amazing read. There's something for everyone, for every season of our lives. There's so many seasons we go through, from childhood right up to adulthood, even senior citizens. I think those are some less talked about people in our society today. Is there something for someone above the age of, let me say, 60? In this book?
Yeah, you remember we had a lady who was in her 60s in our conference?
Yes.
And she'd flown all the way.
Yeah.
You know? And one of the things she was complimenting and confirming is that she found healing and a renewed life. Lily, there's no expiration date for an unhealed emotional wound.
Right.
It can ache you all your life.
Yes.
Just like, you know, the median age for Kenya is 19.
Yeah. that's something.
So then the youthful notions are very widespread until we do not realize that we are planting seeds that from 19 we shall carry them to 90.
Yeah.
I want to ask anybody who is trying to renew their life. It is so good to see a person who is nearing retirement and instead of retreating, they just renew.
Yes.
Reorganize their life.
Yeah.
This material has how to now approach life with more vibrancy.
Yeah.
Old age is not years, it's attitude.
Yeah.
Youth is vibrancy.
Yes.
You can be vibrant and full of life
Yes.
at 70. Even if you're not running around, you can be curious. You can have an active mind. You can be learning.
Yes.
You can be conversational. You can be hopeful. You can have positive mindset. You can advise. You can live your life fully.
You can make money.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this material is to help you offload
Yeah.
whatever has attached itself to you over the years. Yes.
All right. Please get yourself a copy if you haven't already, and it's for all ages. It's for all people, all genders of all ages. So make sure you get yourself a copy by making your order through the WhatsApp number on your screen, and we will get it to you wherever you are. Today we want to talk about why men chase when you get distant.
And why are we discussing this?
Yeah.
So that you don't confuse chasing for love.
Okay, great.
So that you don't confuse the fact that he's after you to mean that now he values you.
Okay.
There are other things that have nothing to do with you that make men run after you when you distance yourself.
Oh.
We want to tell you about that, so that you don't just feel this. There's a guy who has been chasing you for 5 years.
You've just started off by busting our bubble.
Because the chase has been glorified.
I clicked to this show because I want someone to chase me, and then you're telling me no.
You want the right person to chase you for the right reason. So I want to
Right.
enumerate the wrong reasons why wrong people chase you.
Okay.
When you turn down a man, one reason he chases you is because you have challenged his male vanity.
Oh.
There's some insecurity in him
Yeah.
that wants to get that which is out of reach. If you want to look like your principles, you want to challenge those principles, you want to appear like it cannot be resisted.
Yeah.
You have seen people who chase after a woman, and after laying her or getting whatever, they insult and leave. And yet they pursued you feverishly. Or you had this friendship going, something going that was working actually, colleague, comrades, something.
Yeah.
When they tried to cross over to relationship, you said no. Now they started being more aggressive, more, and when they finally, maybe you gave thought, you said maybe. You give in, they still use you and leave with insults, and now you have nothing. What happened there? At the first, when you suggested, I think that's not good between us, let's just be colleagues as we are, friends as we are.
Yeah.
I would rather not lose both friendship and the romantic ambition you're trying to bring.
Yeah.
And they say, no, I'm sure. And then after you agree, thinking perhaps, now they still leave and you lose everything.
Yeah.
What happened there? Because the moment you said no, they did not receive it as a genuine feedback. They received it as a challenge that they don't just lose.
Okay.
Unfortunately, a lot of men cannot differentiate between quitting and knowing when it's no longer worth the investment. There's a difference between quitting and recognizing when it's time to stop investing. That's wisdom.
Okay, so two types of quitting.
Quitting because you're being defeated. Very good. Strategic stoppage of investment.
Yes.
And quitting because you're being defeated.
Okay.
So all of them think when you walk away, you're being defeated.
Okay.
There's a very wise way to stop investment when you realize this is no longer working.
Right.
God himself uses that strategy a lot. When he says, my spirit shall not always strive with man. He does not strive forever. You have been trying businesses. Although you believe yourself to be an entrepreneur, you really try. They keep collapsing. You gather lessons. You wrap that up. You go. Have you quit? You go start another business. These lessons. This is strategic. Knowing that this is no longer worth investing. I need to try with this lesson. This environment was not. Let me adjust this commodity, this season, this amount of capital, this kind of workers, this kind of setting, these dynamics did not work there. I'll improve that. We only see when people have won. We think they've always been winning.
Okay.
When you're naive, you wait at the last chapter to think the story has always been glorious. When you are a real fighter, you know you lose battles in private. In fact, successful people have lost more times than the failures.
I remember listening to Elon Musk and saying, he was talking about the stages of entrepreneurship.
Correct.
And he was talking about Tesla.
Yes.
And he said, most of the time you will fail. You know, hearing that from him, I was like, I'm here for motivation. But he said, most of the time you will fail.
Most.
In fact, Tesla almost failed. We came very close to failing. So his view of success in entrepreneurship is almost like a continuous flirting with failure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The risk of, let me tell you the truth. The number of times anybody you see flying now tried what they're trying in other contexts. Did it fail flat? The number of times, if they were to tell you the history of failed attempts, you say, I'm now looking at the glorious side.
Right.
Actually, one reason you see some of us showing up consistently, because this is not the first time you're showing up.
Yeah.
Only that this time you're showing up that there's fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. We can see you showing up, but there were other times when we couldn't see you.
You kept showing up and there was no fruit. Nobody saw you. Nobody. Sometimes the Facebook brings back your old posts. A post that had 2 likes.
Yeah.
Now you get 2,000. I used to get 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you'll see it's the same kind of vibration.
Right.
It was just other things were wrong.
Okay.
The season, the setting, the word, the other things are not in place. So other small failures. When you don't heed the lessons of failure, it keeps repeating and multiplying.
All right. So let's go back to this guy who is chasing, and he's chasing because
He cannot accept a no and move on.
Yeah.
So when you find that he's feverishly pursuing, don't interpret it as love. Just be more firm.
Oh, okay.
Just be more firm and move on. We are saying that because your feminine vanity is also prone
Yes.
to somebody just appearing, decided, coming to you,
That's
showing
true.
up at every place.
That's true.
Did we say that obsession is a confession of weakness? Anybody who is getting obsessed with you, they can't help it, is not in love. They are addicted. They have no life. True love is balanced with the life you have. You value the value you have in your own life. And you cannot say, I will kill myself if you refuse me. I can't believe, I can't imagine with another person. I better kill you. True love does not go to injuring, because I want you to be healthy. I want you to be happy. I want to be healthy and happy as well. I was just hoping we could be together. If we cannot be together, I still want you to be happy where you are. Mature person says, just because I cannot have you in my life does not mean I want you to have misery in yours.
Right.
I still want you to have joy in your life.
Right.
Actually, sincere love wishes you well. One lady was mourning the good guy she lost. Because they were to get married in that country. She traveled back to come and have some whatever, and when she came here, somebody else confused her, married that person, and that other person, learning that you changed, just packed her things well and wished her well and shipped them for her and said, I wish you well. It's painful for me, but I don't want pain in your life. I wish you're happy. True lovers are mature enough to let you choose life. and wish you well.
Right.
If it is true love, it cannot see you suffer. They can't shoot you. They can't try to hurt you. They cannot sabotage. That is obsession. That is insecurity. That is control. So anytime you get, by saying no, getting distance is always sometimes emotional. People have asked, how can I distance from a person? We are working in the same space. We are neighbors. We meet somewhere in a context. You can distance emotionally. It's not always physical. In fact, you have to learn that skill. The world is getting smaller. You can't always run.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
can't always run.
Yeah.
People can appear online, can trace you somewhere.
Yes.
You know, so the geographical disappearance is not always possible and immediate. And if you are a person with values, who have beauty or handsome everywhere, people will crush on you. Where will you run? Will you leave the earth? People will be crashing on you. So emotional distance is critical lesson.
Right.
What is emotional distance? First of all, don't fantasize them. Kill your own fantasies. Number two, don't respond to their own fantasies, to their own efforts.
How do you kill your own fantasies?
We have many techniques. One, you spit in your own soup. You spoil the possibility of anything between you and tell it to a person, or just make it impossible to get back on your words.
Okay.
One way young men used to do that is, the lady you're crushing on, advise her against relationships.
Okay.
You'll have set yourself up, isn't it?
Okay. Yeah.
We are young, that's the wrong season, this context is wrong, don't be misguided.
Yeah.
It dies within a day, that feelings disappear.
Yeah.
You spit in your own soup. There's another one of dodging. Interacting with other people other than this one. It's not always in romantic sense, just to make sure they are not in your space. They're not clouding your space. So there are many ways. The other way is to avoid responding to their moves. Whichever way, those eye contact, small gifts, chatting. You see, blocking a person whom you cannot date anymore is not immaturity. It's clarity of boundaries. I don't know why people keep saying, oh, if you block, you're immature. You need to have clear boundaries to move on. Assist your heart to forget that there is any hope. If you keep doors open and your heart can see this person, what they're posting, the life they're living, you keep seeing their status, keeping that this, it's not always necessary, but once you feel that you need to move on with decisiveness, blocking is maturity. It's closing of doors, shutting. It's clarity, all right?
What if it's someone who might be of help in your career and you don't want to close that door?
If they can allow that, that's okay. But many times they don't allow. If they are allowing a professional, neutral relationship, good. If they're not allowing, they're not the only person you can grow with career-wise. You do not risk your emotional balance to keep in touch with them.
Okay.
Did you follow?
Yeah, I did. Don't risk your emotional balance.
Just to keep them as a professional mentor.
Like, like maybe it's a government official and you're thinking...
Yeah, they're the government official, but
I really want to preserve that.
Yeah, they're government official, but they're not the government.
Okay. All right.
Don't give anybody monopoly. If they are not understanding to respect the boundaries you want, cut them off. Actually, you never go wrong protecting your own sanctity, that space. Remember, don't nominate anybody to be a god.
Right.
You only want secure mentors when they are cooperating to make the mentorship mutually satisfying, not exploiting. All right? Some put conditions. When they put conditions, forget who they are. Shut them out.
Yeah.
Okay? So sometimes they're pursuing you and you need to put emotional distance, although they are your boss, your colleague, somewhere you meet.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's very embarrassing because it's a partner to your friend. To your friend. You don't even know whether your friend can put up with this information. A relative. Somebody has been trusted to assist you in a certain way, and they started crossing boundaries behind the back without anybody knowing. And you sense it, and you don't want to block. So you just shut the doors and move on. Sometimes when you realize the one you want to help cannot take that kind of information. It's an ugly information. Maybe they don't have the security, emotional. You leave it, they will find out elsewhere. Just shut out and move on. All right? Yeah. The other thing is why they pursue when you get distance. So number one is not sincere. Many times it's just to satisfy their own vanity. Okay. The other thing is the malicious desire to have the last say. There are some people who don't want to be rejected, they want to reject.
Yes.
And just because you break off, just because you left, and then they start coming back saying, I miss you, trying, I think reviving this, what we heard, you may think they love you, I'm ready to change. They tell you kind of things. Lily, you said if a relationship breaks up, you should not patch up. if a relationship breaks up, you should not patch up.
That is so heavy. Why are you repeating it? That is such bitter medicine.
Marriage, we do try to repair.
People were like, what does the word patch up mean? People are in so much denial.
When it's marriage, when there's a covenant ongoing, when there's that kind of investment, when there's all the procedures you've gone through, the cultural processes, and you've come married, and there's interruption and something, we do try, because marriage can actually revive and get a second life.
Okay.
Marriage has that possibility. But a relationship, interview, no. When you break up during interview, leave. And as I told you, avoid exclusive relationships before you qualify the person enough to be the right character to marry, in the right season to marry you, and standing in the right background where you can fit. That is often forgotten. That their family, their job, their history, their money, how they relate to friends, exes, all the shenanigans in their life, apart from them,
Yeah.
you can fit there.
Yeah.
3 things, always. We repeat them so that you don't forget.
Yeah.
Check who they are, whether you like the personality, the values they live by, how the discipline they live by, how that part.
Yeah.
Check the season they're in. Some people are perfect, but they're not marrying now. And they will use you if you allow it. They are not trying to settle now. The season. Next, where the background, their mother, their sister, where they're coming from. Can you deal with that? Some can't say no to their mothers. Can't say no to their dad. They live together as a community, and they want you to come as shemeji, get in, shemeji. You are swallowed there, you are chaos. And they tell you, no, me, I can't. My people, we are one. We are one. Okay, continue to be one. You should leave so that you can cleave.
Yeah.
Those 3 areas. Once you confirmed that, and now you get into courtship, engagement, marriage. Not boyfriend, girlfriend. Avoid boyfriend, girlfriend. It tempts you to unpack things meant for marriage, because now you are a thing. You want to prove your love.
You're here, but you're not here.
Yes.
Yeah. You're neither here nor there.
Boyfriend, girlfriend was invented to exploit women. It was not, it has nothing for you. Okay? Remember what I told you about the traditional marriage? When you say you married culturally in South Africa, he brought half of Lobola, so he started living together. So what are we discussing here? Are you married? This traditional thing of talking about bride price, Lobola, it places in tradition, and African tradition was for men to exploit women. Women were even viewed sometimes lesser than children. Before you subscribe to a system, can you ask what it gives you? Yeah. And advisors in that system are very old men who think you should just bootlick and keep quiet.
Yeah.
So before you go there, so we are warning you, say, when a relationship breaks up, it means you had already gone all the way to, you assessed their character, you assessed their season, and you assessed their background. Now you're in courtship and engagement, and then they cheat, and then they change. They're not sure about you, and then they stop communicating. Then they start being disrespectful. The mask starts falling off, and then whatever you are seeing during interview, if you tolerate it, it will come up multiplied 100 times in marriage.
Okay.
You had missed a detail. They had pretended very well. You had ignored your intuition. What is the biggest silencer of intuition again?
Feelings. Is it feelings? It has to be feelings. What is it?
You're close. I like the quick guess.
Yeah, like, it has to be this fly
Exactly.
in my face.
Exactly. And the biggest detonator of feelings is sexual intimacy. So
okay.
anytime you create sexual intimacy, it really takes you away. Intuition is more soulish and spiritual than physical.
Right.
Intuition is more soulish and spiritual than it is physical.
Right.
Scientifically, you can't trace it. The other senses, you know where they are. The touch, the taste.
Yeah.
Intuition is so accurate, but it is so nebulous. If you joke around and cross boundaries, it leaves. Your conscience gets numbed. You start going now by facts. You don't want in this world to deal with facts. Facts are too short because you can't see after the corner. Your sight is so short, and people can act.
Yeah.
Remember I told you, when you're a concrete person, you cannot have casual sex. Casual sex is for casual people. When you're a concrete person, whenever you give yourself physically, you give your all. And you start behaving like you're already there. So you unpack. I'm unable to converse when somebody said been relationship for, been dating, courting, somebody say courting for 10 years.
You get a psychological block.
I'm just lost there. So you've been hanging, it's like a computer hanging?
Yeah.
For 10 years.
For 10 years.
And now they've been married for 2 years and he's already sleeping with everything. You've been sleeping with him for 10 years. You confirmed the womanizer behavior for 10 years. Actually, anytime you get in that boyfriend, girlfriend that you suspend there, it hijacks your development.
I hear you. What if we don't suspend? What if it's progressive? Yes, we are getting intimate, but we are going through the motions of, lobola and everything, engagement, pre-wedding, wedding.
Where is your judgment? The moment you're already, you see, you're evaluating vis-a-vis a certain standard. It's not just the motion of A, B, C, D. Now we have gone home, now we have visited, now we have visited that, now we have visited the other. The purpose of all the way to wedding and signing is testing the person you are dealing with and watching them in real life. Right. Anytime you get mixed with them, you can't watch. You're already too mixed in the fog. So you can do all the motions, but you're already in the fog.
Okay.
Actually, you'll be shocked. You'll be surprised when they say 10 years, now you're sleeping with everything. Do you even have the mental capacity for me to converse with? Since 10 years you were suspended?
Yeah.
That was years for you to differentiate, to individuate, to grow, to learn dynamics in life, to learn what to hear or to explore. Alone time is so uncomfortable, yet it is the lifesaver.
Okay.
Alone time is uncomfortable because your feelings are crying for indulgence, especially when you're wounded, you are deprived of father's love, deprived of mother's love, deprived of relation. Your feelings cry for sexual indulgence. We are not calling it easy, my friend. we are not ignorant. We've been there. We've been there. Women who have been alone have taken cold showers at night to silence noises. Okay. You are in bed and sleep is not coming. It's other things coming.
Yeah.
So you played something else.
Worship music.
Yeah. It's a struggle, but it is necessary. Once you struggle there, you can rest in marriage.
Okay.
You rush to indulge, my friend, there is no shortcut. You will pay a price that is multiplied. The consequence of messing up with that season when you're supposed to concretize your personality and your life. And sometimes in campus, they make it difficult. They bring the activity next room and they lay the bed next to your wall to force you to follow. You don't watch porn, but now they bring it to your life. So,
sound effects.
You play radio, nothing.
Yeah.
To especially public institutions and these hostels that are all of this full.
Yeah.
To make it while upright, there's a book called How to Be Sane in an Insane World. To maintain your sanity there, it's a struggle. We are not minimizing it.
Yeah.
But it's a struggle that is way less, only 1,000th compared with not struggling there.
Okay.
To rein your horses.
Right.
And learn to get who you are. Right. When you date for long, you get mixed in the fog. And you may still go on to do white wedding. I don't like that one word. Don't use that word on me when you are cohabiting, having sex. There's nothing white about it. It's just a pretense. So let's just say you did a wedding. Don't mock institutions with your pretense. There's a bad backlash for that kind of pretense.
No, white wedding is just a traditional word to mean church wedding.
Yeah, so did you tell the church you're already doing everything?
Probably.
If you did, now I'll pick up from there. So
okay.
Be honest. In this life, just choose one life.
Okay.
In fact, you're allowed to pick any system. Just be consistent with it so that as we discuss your life, we know where to base our reference point.
All right. Benjamin, sometimes, guys, do you see me trying to dilute him? Trying to dilute him for you.
Sometimes, which rule system do I use? So I'm trying to pick. Do I pick the tradition? Do I pick the? So which book are we using? I advise standing where? Hey. So you're asking me to step one leg there. And then no. The second. So
sometimes I feel like I'm talking to my dad. My dad is a strict Presbyterian man. So sometimes when I talk to you, it's just with added
and let me tell you. When you're a mother also, when you're coming in as the parent, as the guide, we do not take that distanced, irrational and conversational as if we are ourselves, not prone to it. We do not have a high priest who cannot be touched by the feelings of our infirmities, but one was tempted at every point.
Right.
The person we are emulating did everything we are doing, went through everything we are doing, and came out. That's why we are emulating him.
Right.
So there's not religious distanced. We too, Paul said, I came to you in a lot of weakness, in infirmities, in fear, in trembling. Paul himself, First Corinthians 2 saying, I do not come to you feeling, oh, I'm this, I've made it. So no. I was just afraid. Me too, regarding that I'm in my own space, I'm still under trial. Sometimes I have to box my own body and put it under. So that's the position we talk under. You must never view it as if we have made it. No. In fact, the reason we go through our messages again is to chew every instruction.
Right.
And to struggle to live up to that standard because it's not yours. You are just a vessel as well. The truth is independent of us. And sometimes you have understood it intellectually, but you are yet to journey there personally.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
This to say, sometimes he may be coming back because he cannot. It doesn't sit with him that he was rejected. He wants to be the one to reject.
Right.
And we are saying, if you get caught up in that quagmire, what happens is you lose touch with the process and who you are. All right. Now, the third reason why it comes back after you say no, some even awkwardly go get married, then they come back. They leave you, go marry someone else.
Yeah.
Then they come back talking some nonsensical things. But they still get in you enough to look for counseling about it.
Oh.
So number 3, they come back is so that they can use you as a side dish to take advantage of the love you already had for them, the history you already have, the connection you already have, and because they know you're a high value woman, and they can have some access by talking, by picking up from some. If you are still open, still vulnerable, still they know how to access. They know you are which strings to play to use you as a side dish. This is very dangerous because when you do not know how to put a clean cut, a laser shut, if you don't know how to play the scalpel to the umbilical cord of things that have died, people will come back to chip away. And I cannot tell you how many people are telling you it's been 10 years, this person we've been dating, now they married somebody else, but somehow they came back, we started as a sitting, I don't know how it happened. Immature people tell you, things went so fast, and boom.
Kaboom. And boom.
I didn't realize when, I don't know how, whenever you hear that language, that's a sign of immaturity. They lost control, got carried by feelings. That's what they're trying to say. But these people already and were they exclusively for women?
Huh?
That language is used by women.
Things happen so fast.
Yes. One thing led to another. I don't know. And then men know after they make you pregnant and you're a concrete woman, you care about the child, they will continue accessing your life. It takes a lot of forklift to get you away from a man whom you already have a child with.
Yes.
It takes cranes and rescue services and firemen to get you out of there. So they will go their way knowing the moment you get pregnant, you can't abort, you're too self-respecting for that, you can't kill a baby. You don't, again, to separate the child from this access. And so they can actually hold you there for 20 clean years and you're a sober woman. Conflicted, depressed, that is another marriage there. You are being insulted. When you see some of these self-respecting women and the life they're living, you pity them. They did not clean, they did not know that this person is coming not for what he used to have. They're already married, they already have a life. Oh, that was a mistake. She was forced on me. Tell I'm planning to walk out. We're sleeping on different beds. I came to regret and I'm trying to get out of my life. Just give me a chance. Let me solve this. Let me come. And then start spending at coming at your home. And then the moment you get more invested, you have a child or maybe you get used to them. Sometimes your heart offloads fully. And to get it out of there is like ripping.
Yeah.
It's being torn. Sometimes if your psychology gets invested in a wrong thing, becomes so swallowing and you become so sucked in. You reach midlife and you're a stranger to yourself. You can't even recognize yourself. There's a reason some of the girls you used to know cannot appear in this at your home place because at the same village because she has lived another life. She's also strange to it. She need reintroduction.
Yeah.
You know?
She's lost in herself.
Yes.
Who is this?
Because the first relationship that she was invested in and the person left, she did not know that he's not coming back for love. He's coming back to use you as a side dish, knowing that you already have a soft spot for him. And this is so instinctive and selfish. If you're not careful, your life will be played by exes. You know, people who you already have a thing with. You already had something going on with. This is the reason, Lily, I want you to be ready to migrate to Zanzibar. If you cannot get that man out of your space, just change your location because that man will change your life totally for the worse. You see, It's easier to be rescued from people if you're calling for help. Okay? But do you know that we cannot save you from a devil you're busy sleeping with? That's the difficulty with people you have a past with. You can't call for help. You even rebuke us who try to interfere with your life. And you can't even pray.
Yeah. It's such a conflict.
That's it. Those people have a way to get into your feelings. And they have a way to just appear there and you melt. They can consume your life for eternity. Let me tell you the truth.
It's not bad.
They write your story forever because they get kids with you. They consume your productive years. They become the constant factor. You just settle for an illicit life, an illegitimate life that was never you. And now you develop panic, anxiety. You start stocking medicine at home. Some people have small chemists at home, not because of genuine health problems, but because of the life they're living, to medicate the life they're living. Now they have anxiety, now they have sleepless, now they have this, now they have, and they change from who they used to be, and every time they stare into space. This is so sweet in the body, it is so raw inside my soul.
Yeah, I think it's how society tries to make us ignore what is wrong in our soul.
Exactly.
So many radio stations are talking about, just sleep with that person, just have that extramarital affair. Everyone's doing it.
Imagine, the anguish of your soul. They can't place a microphone there. When they go for podcasts, they have the microphone there to tell you, do what you want, that's just you. But the anguish of your soul. Let me remind you something. The right living is not glamorized by media.
No, it's not.
They glamorize. The other day people contrasted when the Titan sank with the 5 billion and at the same time, another boat had sunk with 500 people. But they were escaping poverty. They were poor people.
Yeah.
There was no media coverage.
Yes.
Media does not always cover the truth. And you say, how come we have come to say the people who have money, their life is more valuable? I'll tell you something. Society will make you think when you do what they're hyping, now you are happy, now you are good, you are likable. Society will shape you into thinking, the moment you try to say, I don't want an illicit thing, my conscience matters to me, they tell you, you're too unrealistic. There's no perfect person. There's nobody's perfect. Yet your soul knows this very well. This is not me. I cannot be happy this way. I can't settle here.
Right.
In fact, you usually know it's wrong because after the act, you're haunted.
Or hollow. You know that feeling?
Emptiness. Yes. The pain of emptiness.
Yeah.
It's like you've been depleted of something.
Yeah.
Lily, I borrowed this from Abraham Lincoln saying, when I finish the reign of my office, I want to have one friend left. That is my conscience.
Right.
When I finish leading this, I don't want to have stolen so much money, violated so many people, cut so many corners that I'm running when nobody's chasing. The wicked run when nobody's chasing because they imagine being chased for the evils they did.
Yeah.
I was told of a politician I read somewhere who could not travel from from his place to Nairobi without changing cars 3 or 4 times. Because imagine being tracked. So many evils, so many stealing. You undervalue the fact that you get into your car and you go home, eh?
Yeah. I'm just like, I need a new car. That's my only worry.
Sometimes we admire car collection and we praise them here.
Yeah.
Sometimes they collect cars because they're insecure. They have done evils.
They want to dodge their enemies.
Yes. There's no problem to enjoy cars if you are living a right life, but we are saying many people cannot, their conscience is condemning them for the sexual life they're living, relationship they're living. They are doing everything they ever preached against, what they believe against, what they're caught there.
Okay.
And Lily, we speak, we are in this space to help those who are stuck in that mire and dirt, that miry place, that there is a hand we can hold you and you come out back to yourself.
Right.
Yes.
Woo. All right. Is there good chasing? Is there a good chase? Is there some guy who can chase me and I see traits that this is a good man and this is a good situation? Very
good. Now, I want you to know this. You should not marry a person who is meh about you.
Right. Yes.
If it's not crazy love, it's not worthy love.
Okay.
But the good crazy. The good crazy is distinguished.
Yes.
The good crazy is distinguished from the wrong crazy in that this is a person who wants well for you and they have a life going on. It's not an obsession. It's not control. It's not capturing you. It's not captivity situation.
Hostage.
So You know this person wants seriousness, they want life. They don't just want a fling. And you see they are decided, they're consistent, they're persistent.
What does it feel like? What does it look like?
Oh, it's out of this world.
I mean, what does it look like in my phone, on the messages? What are, you know, what's...
One, there's flirtatious.
Uh-huh.
But men who flirt and they see how good you are, they praise you for how they find you to just be the package they never imagined. They knew they wanted, but never imagined they could find it.
Right. Okay.
That you lift their moods. They like everything about you. Remember, your laughter has your DNA. Your face, your smile, your look, everything about you is just what activates them. Tell you, but when we talk, I feel energized. I want you in my life, we fly together. Let me journey with you. They really take you to Song of Solomon. A good chase is Song of Solomon. Up there, praising you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have a vision for where they want to take you.
Okay.
They have a vision for the life they want for both of you. When they stop at romance, they could just be a professional...
Point. That's what you called them the other day.
They charm women for life. Huh?
Yeah.
They are hunters. They just hunt for the thrill.
All right.
But you want to hear, where are we going? Is there a concrete plan? Does it sound like it's the kind of person who's on the move? Is that energy progressive? When you don't hear those elements, if you can't pin 1, 2, 3, this is what they want, this is what they want, this is what they want. If you cannot pin that, this could just be a person who wants fun. Some people want love, they're not ready for life. You want a true chaser. Sees you as the angelic person they wanted, and tells you the journey they want to go with you.
Right.
A dandy, a professional romance guy, romantic, hopeless, romantic, who has no journey with you, focuses on sweeping you off your feet emotionally,
right,
but not taking you on a journey. And you don't see patience and willingness to let you decide, because I want you to buy in. They don't compel you. They also know they got a lot of value, and when the lady they will end up with will be fortunate as well. A good guy has that sense of pride as well, that he has something. He's not arrogant, but he's confident in what he's bringing to the table.
Yeah.
So he doesn't pester, threaten, come to your space, force you, suffocate. You never feel suffocated and claustrophobic.
Okay.
When you step back, they allow.
Right.
Because they know you also have a lot to balance. To balance.
Yeah.
And their dignity can't allow them to beg, roll on the floor, cry, nag. Their dignity can't allow that. They're just hoping you as well, you're willing to travel.
Yeah.
In fact, one way to put off a good guy to say, this is not a season for you. He will never bother you again. That's a litmus test.
Okay.
You can test that in conversation without saying this. You just say, just narrate a story.
That's a bad test, though, because to find out that he was genuine, he is walking away.
Yes, it feels bad because genuine people are few.
Yeah.
But you should also be sincere. When you're sincere and you're
Yeah.
honest, if I get in now, I'll not invest myself, because that's not where I am. And that a concrete woman feels her battery, and she can feel it, she can sense it, 40%, 50%, 60%. Her emotional and mental battery, when she's loading, she can tell where she is.
Yeah.
Most people know where they are.
Yeah.
They know when they're too low to offer.
Yeah.
That's why they're not even following up on conversations. That's when they get carried away with other things. That's why they do not even call back. That's why they even forgot. That's why they may enjoy the flirtations and all that, but where their life is right now, they're putting together other things.
Right.
And they know very well they can't pour their all to a relationship.
Yeah.
When the time comes, that kind of person also pours their all, because they are conscious about their journey. These scattered people are just living life for pleasure and waves. They jump onto everything, respond to everything, because they can't commit to anything.
Yeah.
One way to know you're dealing with a wrong plumber, a wrong contractor, because they pick all things, promising to... when you know a tailor telling you tomorrow, everybody tomorrow, you know they will not deliver.
Yeah. Yes.
A real lover budget really sizes up what it takes to deliver here.
Right.
Even real contracts will tell you, unfortunately, where I am now, my schedule, I can only be available earliest this time.
Yes.
There's a sense of honesty, and you are even more inclined to work with those kind of people.
Yes.
Because you can trust their word.
Yeah.
Than the one who just want to go by your word as long as you pay.
Yeah.
As long as you pay. They're just looking at the money. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much. That's very insightful. All the best as you get chased. That we will be able to filter out those chasers well. Thank you for watching. See you on the next episode. Bye.
This is the Benjamin Zulu Global. Welcome our viewers from all over the world to the home of the Heartmans. We're converging to learn together, because when you know better, you can do better. And a better life is what we all want. Better work life, better family life, better personal life.